I am very honored to be here and to be associated with the Laureate Centers around the world. This is the most interdependent time in all of human history. You can come here and go to school. When you leave here, you know you will be connected to the positive aspects of our future.
Across the world, in 28 countries, at over 55 institutions, on hundreds of campuses around the globe, and online. In the hearts of over 600,000 students, there lives a dream.
Mi sueño es convertirme en un gran diseñador.
My dream is to open a hotel chain like Hilton.
Meu sonho é ser uma diretora de arte.
Work in an international advertising agency.
Benim hayalim görüntü yönetmeni olmaktı.
Affect people in a positive way.
Maybe improve something in the world.
A dream of transformation through higher education.
I'm Ulgar, and I'm shaping the mold of the future.
I'm painting the picture of tomorrow.
We are Laureate International Universities, the largest, most trustworthy network of higher education institutions in the world.
This education is very specialized and it's personal. You're not going to find that at an average four-year university.
The teacher's job, I think, is really to harness that interest and passion and direct it in a way that contributes to the learning in the classroom.
Our reach is wide. Our network is vast. Our priority is trust. And we earn it by putting students first.
A lot of our work is done in Latin America and Asia, in places where the difference between getting an education and not is the difference between a successful life and perhaps a missed opportunity.
We're where students need us most, throughout the Americas, North, Central, and South. From the Middle East, to the Far East, to the heart of Old World Europe. We have a chance to change the world.
It offers opportunities to revisit methodology and chances to put experience and, let's say, knowledge into practice in our teachings. And basically, the main goals of these mental modules is to set common standards of teaching in schools around the network, in Laureate's schools, I mean, and of course, common standards of these skills, because we're looking at reading, listening, speaking, grammar, many aspects, technology, and some common standards and common understandings of these practices are always good for everyone.
Well, I think that the goals are twofold. I think that number one, the main goal is to bring teachers up to at least a CELTA level. I think that the DM is mirrored at the CELTA level, so teachers who do not have a CELTA, the certificate for English language teaching to adults, the goal would be to bring them up to this level of English teaching qualification. And I think that, I mean, another goal of the DM is just continuous professional development for even more experienced teachers. The opportunity for experienced teachers, for instance, to refresh their ideas and interact with other teachers and kind of mill around and share maybe new perspectives and old perspectives.
For me, the main goals of the DMs are to be a practical course that can be used in the classroom. So the final result should be a change in the way that teachers are actually teaching in the classroom. For me, this means that probably the most important part of the course is one of the parts that sometimes gets swept into the background a little bit, and that's the tried out reflective tasks. I think a lot of the times the Moodle tasks take prominence, and they're the ones that particularly the participants tend to concentrate on quite a lot. I think these and the forums are very important parts of the course, and they probably take up the bulk of the participants' time. But to me, what the courses are really all about are bringing this information into the classroom. So for me, the wikis and the forums and the Moodle tasks are really just acting as support. In my opinion, the actual meat and potatoes of the course happens in the try it out tasks, because this is where the participants take the ideas that they've been talking about and actually put them into practice and record and analyze the results.
I can say that participants from around the world benefit a lot from these developmental modules. Like this, there are 4 dimensions, in my opinion, that instructors, participants benefit from the modules. The first dimension would be the methodology, and the Moodle tasks. They really help teachers to remember and check and get feedback on what they know about these particular skills. The second dimension, in my opinion, would be putting all this useful information, all this background knowledge into practice. The third dimension would be sharing experience, and this one is the most important one of the most important benefits, I believe, most participants talk about. They learn from each other, we learn from each other. And finally, the final dimension would be the deepest one. That's the reflection. Everyone has a chance to reflect on their own teaching thanks to the developmental module tasks, particular exercises, activities. There are tried out and blog tasks where participants can write in their personal logs.
Well, I mean, absolutely. I mean, from my observations, you see teachers who are giving some excellent feedback on the ideas that they've learned, and a lot of teachers comment very positively as well on the content, on the actual content of the course, where they learn new things, new methods to apply in the classroom, and obviously they learn a lot from their peers as well. They definitely benefit.
Obviously, different people participate to different levels during the course, and that's really going to affect how much the participant benefits and how much they get out of the course. So again, somebody who does the majority of the work and then takes those ideas away and puts them into practice is obviously going to get more from the course from someone who just skates by on a bare minimum. And as I said before, for me, the idea of these courses is for them to be very practical. So again, somebody who takes these ideas, puts them into practice, and then keeps doing them is going to get far more long-term out of these courses than someone that simply looks at the theory but then never really puts it into practice.
I believe filling in the forms of the participants for the participants is really important. If the instructors can give us their personal information, likes, dislikes, interests, previous knowledge, background knowledge, work experience, all these would add up to personalizing is good. Another thing would be the expectations. There is an expectation, course expectation questionnaire. The course expectation questionnaire is really important for the participant this time to think about the strengths and weaknesses. Well, after the course finishes, it's good to have a portfolio of activities gained from the courses, and probably it's best to adopt them and try them in their own personal teaching.
I guess one expectation is that teachers will put in the time. I mean, it's still a fairly heavy course. there are 3 hours of work at least. I mean, it's part-time, but there are still about 3 hours of work to put a week. So I think one expectation is that teachers make at least a little bit of a time commitment to the course. After the course, well, I guess the expectation is that teachers will continue working on these ideas. I mean, these are the course approaches concepts that are not just learned in an instant. They just need to be milled around, and you need to continue working on these ideas and try to implement some of these ideas in your classroom and refine them, if you will.
Well, before the course, to be honest, I don't think we expect very much. Obviously, it's possible for teachers to do some pre-reading and to prepare themselves for the course. But the courses are really designed in each topic to really take people very gently through the process and through the information that they're talking about. So I don't really think anything like this is necessary, or indeed any kind of preparation whatsoever. So long as the teacher has some experience and some teaching background, that'll obviously help for them to understand the ideas of the course. But really there's nothing required for the teachers before the course begins. What do we expect from the participants after the course? Well, basically we expect them to continue developing themselves and to continue developing these ideas.
So it's a great way to learn from the other tutors and instructors. I personally believe in the duality of teaching. It's teaching and learning at the same time. Even if I'm a tutor on these developmental modules, I also believe that my teaching skills are improved and upgraded.
The tutors learn a lot as well from doing these courses. I mean, we're obviously the ones doing the assessing, but the amount of new ideas that come out from teacher, the creativity that comes out of the course, I would say that tutors probably learn as much, if not more, than the teachers on the course. So that makes it a very gratifying experience for everyone, I think.
Well, I'd just like to say that I think the DMs represent what Laureate is all about, that it's all about developing teachers and giving them the opportunity to grow within the organisation. It's been a very interesting project to be involved in from the moderation side, and also just to see how it's growing and evolving. I think the important thing to realise is that the DMs are not static, that they're continuing to improve as time goes on, as we get feedback from participants, and in the future it's sure to grow and change even more. So yeah, it's a fascinating project, and one that I feel very lucky to be involved.
We considered the challenges our learners face during developing those skills, and later we broadened our knowledge about those issues, and we tried to teach those skills in the classroom.
I'm currently completing my second developmental module, which is reading and listening. There are so many benefits that I have found professionally with these modules, that they have helped me as a teacher, they've helped my classroom setting, and I believe my students have benefited from them as well.
Reading about language theories taught me a lot and made me think about different areas, and I encountered many new approaches as well. I do my own weekly program and do the tasks according to my own pace. That's very important. And also being an international program is a great asset. I did many collaborative works with different teachers from different countries. And forums. Forums are great platforms for sharing our ideas and experiences.
I think this virtual course has been a wonderful opportunity to learn but also to share with other participants from different countries. I did enjoy posting information and reading comments from my colleagues. At the beginning of the course, most of us were a bit concerned about this challenge, but through the course we were learning from each other, and it became a pleasant routine to arrive home, sit down for some time in front of the PC, work on the lessons and read comments.
Two weeks ago, our coordinator observed my lesson. I tried task-based approach as a part of my assignment for the course. She said my lesson was very good, I was very happy. Looks like the course enabled me to manage my classes more effectively.
Vocabulary and pronunciation teaching modules contributed to my teaching a lot. Because I didn't know much about teaching pronunciation, especially I didn't know many activities on teaching connected speech, intonation and stress, in which students have many problems.
I guess many things have changed, of course, because I students who are really willing to learn new skills and new strategies, and when it is very appealing to their interests, they like taking those skills and applying in their learning. I guess it was a very good opportunity to attend this course and learn those skills and apply them in my classroom later.
And finally, my last point is that in any profession, especially in teaching, but in many professions, it's very important to constantly and continually strive to improve yourself and develop professionally. And these developmental modules have really served to enable me to do that, and I look forward to doing another module or two next academic year.
I invite other teachers to have this experience. I have been just told I will be participating in Module 2 in spring. I'm looking forward to it, and I am confident it will be as enjoyable as Module 3.